right, we thank you so much for watching us. This is Trending. This is the segment that will look at issues that are viral. And this morning we are looking at Ogun State. We're also looking at President Bola Tinubu, who talks on a new constitution, and then the comments of former President Olusegun Obasanjo about the National Assembly fixing their own salaries and allowances. Those are the three issues we're looking at this morning. We'll start with Ogun State.
Yes, please. The correct hashtag that is trending actually in Ogun State is hashtag Dapo Abeokuta. And why is it trending? It's trending because Ogun allocates 100 acres of land for naval base dockyard. The Ogun State governor, Prince Dapo Abeokuta, said 100 hectares of land have been allocated to the Nigerian Navy to build a forward operating base in the state.
All right, that's...
And yes, and that's from Channels Television. And then from the official handle of Prince Dapo Abeokuta, CON, at OGSG_official. Can we have that? Okay, thank you. Has long enjoyed a strong and productive relationship with the nation's security apparatus, and we are consistently recognized as one of the most secure and peaceful states in Nigeria. And continuing that tweet, in our continued efforts to strengthen this relationship with the armed forces, could you please change that tweet? I'm in the next one now. Thank you. In our continued effort to strengthen this relationship with the armed forces, we are pleased to announce that Ogun State has allocated 100 hectares of land to the Nigerian Navy for the construction of a forward operating base in Ogun Waterside local government area.
Okay, that's a good one. Forward operating base, and I mean a lot of comments.
We have more comments.
I've actually followed that. This is from Tao of Iperu. It says keywords: 700 housing units, customs training facility, school, Gateway International Airport, cargo and passenger, job creation. You ignored this and have issues with people praising him. Okay, that's true. If you ignore all of this, then you have issues with them. That means you have issues with those that are praising the governor. For all of this to happen, I think it deserves, the governor deserves some commendation.
Yes, this one from Bayo Adegboyega. NNPC says Ogun is a frontier for oil exploration. Naval base is also coming in. The future is sincerely bright. We should now make it count as usual, develop everywhere.
All right, and then from Man of Letters, great news, Ogun State. The Nigerian Navy will immediately begin the construction of a forward operating base and a naval base in Ogun State. This is coming just a few months after NNPC Limited declared Ogun State as a frontier state for oil and gas exploration.
And then Kayode has this to say: Ogun State is always on the news for the good reasons. Beautiful state with great potentials.
Okay, I think we've already taken by
this.
Let's move on to Kayode. Kayode.
No, moving on to Akoni. I've taken Kayode.
Okay, I've taken Kayode. Okay. Now we still have Bayo here.
Akoni, please. Akoni says this is another significant milestone in Ogun State rapid development trajectory. Kudos to the state government for their vision and effort in making Ogun an attractive destination for investment and development.
And there's Ahmed Tijani Evening, who says the exciting thing about projects like this is that it will open a new corridor in the state for development and create jobs in its thousands. Nothing direct and indirect.
The Alaya says operating base and a naval base. Ejami in Yomogun, Kilon Shele Gongon. How is Governor Dapo doing all this? Okay. And I hope that Governor Dapo will come on Newden to tell us how he's executing all the states, really, in Ogun State. Okay, let's move on to the next.
For Yalaya, if you want to call, if you want to know all of this, come to Ogun State. Don't just stay where you are. Come to Ogun State and book an appointment with the governor. Why not? You could be lucky to sit down with the governor and explains to you how all of this is happening. Okay, now from Ogun State, we go national now.
Yes, please.
Tinubu on new constitution.
On new constitution. But first, to take this video, let's see how this goes, really. We'll be right back.
I thank all of you for being here. I have faced the challenge of this democracy and inherited this democracy from your struggles. I must recognize the fact that most required for good governance, a democracy. We have no other choice. And I believe that. I believe also a democracy. We have no other choice. And I believe that. I believe also that it's very difficult to manage. All of you, as I listen to you, the two major reforms that we requested: path to referendum and that should lead to constitutional measure that will fit our diversity and governance. So avoid conflict and breakups. Yes, I'm from the school that will advocate for unity of this country, and I believe in it. I definitely want to assure you that whatever is necessary, I'll put happiness and good governance in the heart of all my years. This is what I will do. I've listened to the past cries of constitutional reform. Yes, I've heard your examples and a thoughtful presentation on this subject. Avoidance of chaos is necessary to build this country and move its aspiration across the line for the benefit of all of us.
All right, that was President Bola Tinubu in a meeting with some big personalities in Nigeria. And of course, that has also elicited some comments. Okay, now, I will consider the request for a new constitution that's coming from President Bola Tinubu. Well, this has been on the table for years. Now, Lateef K. Salami has also commented. He says, thank you very much, Mr. President. The response to the request presented before you was full of wisdom and experience. May the good Lord bless you with more physical, spiritual, and mental health, and in fact, more wisdom to govern this country and bring her to prosperity. That's from Lateef K. Salami, commenting on the response of President Tinubu to the desire for Nigeria to have a new constitution. To have a new constitution.
And then moving on to Morimi, this will be so good after every region has drawn clear lines between themselves. But President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should release Mazi Kanu so they can have a choice between Peter Obi, Simon, and Epa. While we have Fashola Baja, Amzat, Tokumbo Wahab, Sanwo-Olu, etc. to choose from. Oluwa Eshiunwa. Okay. And then now we will move on to the next one. This the interesting one we'll be talking about. We talked about it in the news, and then newspaper review.
I think before, okay, that's the Obasanjo. No, before we drop the one on Tinubu, okay. I think it's also important that we talk about what value will come with a new constitution. Over the years, some Nigerians have actually, or many Nigerians have actually said that our constitution is faulty. But I disagree too. With some who feel that what they're saying is actually wrong, because if you check our constitution, it's well written.
It is.
It's well written, and I think the problem we've had over the years is the implementation.
Of those
but
exactly.
again, what's important is that in the fact that Nigeria will evolve to that level. You know. Nigeria is 60-something years of age.
Even here in Ogun State, you tell somebody, somebody asks you, where are you from? You tell them, I am from Ogun State. And they ask you, where in Ogun State? The moment you say you are Egba, and Ijebu man have an issue with you. Or if you tell that an Egba man, you are Ijebu, and Egba man has an issue with you.
Those are primordial issues that I agree with you should disappear. But I think these are issues that will also disappear as time goes on. Do you know that so many years ago, here in Ogun State, your parents will tell you if you're Egba, you can't marry from Ijebu. But that has almost disappeared because we see a lot of Egba men.
Because you are married to an Ijebu woman.
Yes, I'm married to an Ijebu woman. Of course, you see some Ijebu men married to Egba women. You know, so that's the point I'm trying to make. That all of these things will evolve with time and will fizzle away over time.
I hope so. I can't wait to see that Nigeria.
Well,
I can't wait to see that happen.
Maybe when we clock 70 or 80.
Imagine. You don't want to wait to that. Imagine that margin. Let's move on to the next one about Obasanjo. And why is it trending? Let's take this quick video. We'll be right back.
Look at, in your own case, with all due respect, you are not supposed to fix your salary or your allowances. It's supposed to be done by the revenue mobilization and what? Okay. But you decide what you pay yourself, the allowances that you give yourself, newspaper allowances, pant allowances, sheeting allowances. You give yourself all sorts of things with all due respect. And you know it's not right. It is not right. It is not right for me to be the one to determine what I pay myself. It's immoral. And then you are doing it. The Senate is doing it. And you beat your chest. And in some cases, even the executive give you what you are not entitled to. You all got 200 million naira. Look at, in your own case, with all due respect, you are not supposed to fix your salary or your allowances. It's supposed to be done by the revenue mobilization and what? Okay. But you decide what you pay yourself, the allowances.
Exactly. See, this video has generated a lot of controversies, responses, ripple effects, and we've had a lot of responses from people, and we've read that in the newspaper review segments. Now, this is coming from Show It on TV. You fix your salaries, allowances yourself. It is immoral. Ex-President Obasanjo calls out
National Assembly members. Well,
oh my God.
I think we've made enough comments.
We have, really.
You know, and I think it's just the middle of the road issue for me. The National Assembly members have to come out and issue a statement and actually correct this.
Not just issuing a statement.
No, that's what I'm saying. If Obasanjo is actually, if they are claiming that OBJ is wrong, so they need to give us empirical evidence of why he's wrong.
And why we should accept that he is wrong.
That is wrong, you know. And some people have also made some uncharitable remarks about the comments of Obasanjo. I think that's not good enough, you know. Obasanjo is free to talk. He's a Nigerian just like we are. And so if you want to actually oppose what he has said about Nigeria, then come out with a superior superior comment.
Backed with evidence.
That's the way I see it. But it's as I said earlier on this morning, this is one comment that will generate a whole lot of you know, reactions as time goes on.
It will.
You know, and maybe it will also be a point of change in the governance of Nigeria.
Maybe.
Okay.
Now let's go back to about this particular comment about the Abeokuta hashtag that is trending about the naval base. Please, let's take a quick comment. We're waiting for you from the MCR. Okay, the audience is ready to take that comment.
All right. Well, this is quite interesting, and it's from former governor of Ogun State, Otumba Gbenga Daniel. Is the head of, he's the chairman of the House Committee on naval. But of course, he has congratulated the governor of Ogun State, Prince Abeokuta, for this feat, and he says. This is to express my profound appreciation to you on the issuance and presentation of the certificate of occupancy for the Navy Forward Operational Base in Abigi, Ogun Waterside Local Government. This is dated 10th of August 2024. This singular gesture of yours will enable construction work to start on the site in earnest, as we have been able to capture funding of up to 2 billion naira for this project in the 2024 appropriation through the support of the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And he also says, as you are aware, the present site was donated by community through the traditional rulers in the town several years ago for the Navy hydrographic purposes, but where not much activities actually took place. My emergence as the chairman of the Committee on the Navy provided the needed opportunity to once again kickstart the project with an expanded dimension. Daniel also says, of particular mention in terms of support and encouragement of this project is His Royal Majesty, the Aujale and the Paramount Ruler of Ijebu-Land, Oba SK, Adetona, whose untiring calls and interventions are of great significance. The immense contributions of the various traditional rulers in the waterside, Oju Tumoro of Abigi, Osoria of Makun, and a host of others on this project is very well appreciated. Their fears and anxieties about a possible loss of this project to any other states or locations has finally been rested. The apprehension from the loss of the Dangote refinery to Lagos a few years ago is well understood. All right, it's a lengthy letter written by the former governor, the chairman of the House Committee on Navy in the Senate, Otuba Begadane, to the current governor in Ogun State. And I think this is the kind of thing we talk about, symbiotic relationship between National Assembly and the state government, those that are representing your state with the governor of the state.
I understand.
So this is very good coming from.
You just want to drill in your point, Biodo.
Yeah, why not? I mean, I'm excited. We lost Dangote refinery, you know. So I mean, we can't lose these, and we have not lost this. This has come to Ogun State, so it calls for celebration.
Okay, bye.
Okay, so let's move on, and we'll be leaving the stage now for our colleagues. They are set to take the next segment of the program, which is the interview segment, and it's Moses Ojaomi that's here this morning, and Senior Tabaru. We are discussing the Olympic Games, and we have two great guests that will be joining us to discuss this. Former Swan Chairman in Ogun State, and the former Vice Chairman, Southwest Swan in Nigeria, Dikin Punle Oluwusi, will be joining us very soon. And of course, we also have Professor of Sports Psychology, Professor Shion Motayo, will also be joining us virtually to discuss the Olympic Games, the performance of Team Ogun. We have the two presenters for the next segment here. I know. The performance of Team Nigeria. Oh, Team Nigeria. I apologize.
I should be pardoned. You know, if there was the Tigress coach, it wouldn't have stuttered. Yeah, it wouldn't.
Well, I'm not hitting that. My admiration for women.
Exactly. You're saying the same thing.
I know Senior played hockey.
God, when is this going to stop? When will you stop talking about hockey when we're talking?
But should be proud. You stop talking about it.
He knows what he's doing. You know, don't worry. He knows what he's doing. So he wants to torment me this morning again.
So I mean, if I'm sure Senior should be able to, put some questions in the area of hockey to our guests, on this interview, and that's why.
But we're focusing on Nigerian performance.
Yeah,
did we have any representative in hockey?
I did not say that.
Why did you go to Paris with a hockey team?
That's a question.
We didn't qualify, so why didn't you qualify? Yes. Exactly.
But maybe Similar to tell us more about hockey.
maybe. I don't know of any sport that Moses does.
Defensive midfield.
He's one of the ticket boys. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, we got bronze for.
Exactly.
That's interesting, and that is how that's the beginning of moving him to the national team. So who knows that he might just be playing for Nigeria in the next Olympics.
About me?
Yes, about you.
Age is no longer
Nice.
Anyway, we'll be quitting now for Moses and Senior to take over from us and handle the next segment of the program. We thank you so much for watching the first segment, which is the Morning Flakes aspect of the program. This segment will return on Wednesday on this show. Thank you so much for watching us. Bye for now.